So Karen, we saw good numbers from Cognizant this morning. Can you tell us about the quarter?
Sure, thanks James for having me this morning. So we did report earnings this morning, and revenue for the quarter came in at $2.02 billion, so slightly ahead of our guidance of $2 billion. We were very pleased with the way the quarter played out. We saw very good growth among many of our business units. Some particular areas of note were our banking practice. So we've talked now for the last couple of quarters that we saw some recovery in the banking industry that continued into Q1, and we actually expect that to continue as we go into Q2 and beyond for the rest of the year. So really nice recovery in both our large banking clients as well as our tier 2 banking clients.
Right.
The other area that we saw a little bit more strength than maybe we expected was continental Europe. So again, we've talked about how in Europe we begin to see a really strong pipeline over the last few quarters. Customers are really talking about changing the way they do business in continental Europe, and we're starting to continue to see the evolution of that.
And in terms of evolution, you've talked a lot about like investments in new services, and is that starting to reap dividends for you now?
It certainly is. So this morning on our earnings call, we actually talked about a part of our Horizon 3 business we call SMAC, so Social, Mobile, Analytics, and Cloud.
Right.
And we actually expect that business to be about $500 million in revenue this year. We launched some of those businesses just recently in the last year or two, and what we've seen is that they're growing much faster, frankly, than we expected them to.
Okay.
The adoption rate across customers has been terrific. So we're doing social and mobile and analytics and cloud work across many of our customers, across all of our industry segments, and it's really taking off very nicely.
And when you're saying the take-up is faster than you expected, what's driving that? I mean, are there specific trends there?
Sure, so it's a couple of things. So the biggest piece of that business today is analytics.
Right.
And Cognizant has historically had a very strong analytics practice. We have both analytics in our data warehousing practice, as well as we did an acquisition several years ago of a company called MarketRx, which was very strong in analytics and life sciences space. So obviously analytics is strong in many customers and industries right now. But what's interesting is the social, mobile, and cloud pieces of the business, which are smaller, are really taking off though.
Right.
And there's a number of different things we're doing there. So in mobile, for example, we've developed our own platform. It's called TrueMobi, and it's to help customers manage bring your own device programs. So we're using ourselves as the pilot and now launching that into customers. And we've built other types of platforms, many of which are industry specific or niche specific, that we're really starting to take off, whether it be cloud platforms, mobile, or social applications.
And I noticed that on the financial side, you've expanded your share repurchase program, is that right?
We did. This morning we announced in addition to our stock repurchase program, we've taken it up to $1.5 billion. We've extended the program through December 2014, and as of this morning or as of yesterday, we had spent about $940 million of the $1.5 billion, so we've got about $560 million left.
And generally, the outlook that I get from you guys is pretty positive. What you reaffirmed your revenue guidance for the year, was it 17% year-over-year growth?
We did. So we did two things this morning. We reaffirmed our full year guidance of at least 17%.
Right.
For Q2, we've provided revenue guidance of $2.13 billion, which is about 5.4% sequential growth. So really quite strong growth going into Q2.
Right.
And we really are quite confident in the demand environment that we're seeing right now, and assuming that Q2 continues to play out the way we would expect and the rest of the year, we think there's some potential for upside.
That's great. Thank you very much, Karen.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Cheers. Thank you.